சும்மா வெறும் தண்ணி குடுக்கறதுக்கு மட்டும் ஆள் எடுத்துன்னு போறதுக்கு பதிலா we need to rotate people through some of the early game. What I love is in the whole 50 over World Cup, அவன் தான் அடிச்சிருந்தான் ஸ்டார்டிங்ல இருந்து. டேய் நான் அடிச்சா 1.5 அடி டன்னுடான்னு சொல்லி
ஓங்கி அடிச்சா 1.5 டன் வெயிட்ரா.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Couch Coaches, and we are back to cricket this week. We'll start with white ball and then red ball. So Priyesh, over to you.
Hi, we are going to analyze or speak about the white ball first, which is New Zealand versus Pakistan T20, Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe series, and the recently quoted India versus Afghanistan series. And in the red ball, we will speak about Australia versus Windies and the squad for the upcoming India versus England for the first two tests. So white ball first, New Zealand versus Pakistan. Over to you, Rama.
So last week we were talking about how coach மாத்திட்டான், அதுக்கப்புறம் பாபர் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லியிருந்தோம். இப்போ வந்து சேர்மன் வேற ரிசைன் போல இருக்கு. அப்புறம் அஃப்ரிதி is the new captain. So they got the drubbing 4-1. So eventually who's going to be next? இந்த மாதிரி giving new chairman, new coach, new captain. So Pakistan, what's going on?
Maybe they have to keep Ajay Jadeja now.
Oh yeah, correct.
mentor or for Afghanistan, maybe the coach for Pakistan also, you don't know.
Yeah.
But I think number CSK boys M&M, Mitch Santner and Darren Mitchell had a very very good series, and I thought when Allen's century,
Correct.
the same day wrote the century was also very good. But 4-1 drubbing in New Zealand in T20, I don't know what they are doing.
Correct. And then every team is getting to the prep stage with the World Cup starting. So this does not look good to Pakistan. A lot of team in shambles, new captain, new chairman. But we know they'll always enter a tournament in that manner. அப்புறம் எங்கேருந்தோ வந்து சும்மா டமால் அடிக்கிற வாய்ப்பும் இருக்கு. So we will wait and see. But
there was a new keeper for Pakistan. Was my size. Okay. So I'm thinking, why did I quit keeping back? I was not good. That is different. But I can also go and keep Andamari. Rizwan only played as an opener. So I don't know what they are doing. So that is the issue with Pakistan ever. Okay. Chop and change. Now we will go to Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe. I think the ODI they won 2-0 and T20 2-1. And I think your leg spin got many wickets. He also had an injury, but he was bloated. He's putting on weight, but he took a 7 for in the one day. Last T20 4 for, I think. So RCB would be cursing themselves to let them go. And I think Mumbai or somebody picked him up really cheap. So good for them. And our Angie Matthews came back for the 2 series.
Angie சொல்லுதா?
That is the overall.
See, the one thing about Zimbabwe, right? They always been the minnows. நிறைய சான்ஸ் கொடுத்தாச்சு இவ்வளவு வருஷமா. I don't see them, like if you look at a team like Afghanistan, they've done so well. I don't know what they are missing, right, to really come and challenge the other countries. But Kenya பத்தி பேசுறதே இல்லை. For a long time, Kenya was also being given a lot of chances. I don't know if it is something about the cricket structure in South Africa or in the African subcontinent. என்னன்னு தெரியல.
இல்லை, I think Zimbabwe went to a first of political turmoil and then inflation. They had bread cost trillions of Zimbabwe dollar, so hyperinflation. But before that, they had politics in the cricket board. That is why Pongba came out and he went to UK as a migrant or refugee Mari event anga. So at the land there is no structure at all. And because there is no structure, they are not able to go outside or and play. But they have recent one or two batsmen that Raza is playing maybe 5 or 6 leagues, franchise leagues. So I think the structure.
Who knows? Maybe he's also going to switch. Yen Rasav in Manasile Mari, he might be thinking something to leave to UK or something. Yeah, but it's been disappointing in some ways for Zimbabwe to sort of pop up. But now, good segue to talk to our neighbor, Afghanistan. We're doing real. I'm super impressed with how they have just come up in the last few years, and they have given India Tunda Ganu, Dunia Ganu, almost it could have gone in a few games here and there. So it's been pretty impressive stint by Afghanistan.
Yeah, I thought the first game they were not up to par, and the second game they were came up very well. They learned the lesson. The third game, what a game!
What a game! Yeah.
The double Vada Bob, sorry, double super over. And number
third game, let's just talk about overalls, right?
Okay.
First, a guy who was forgotten by Indian cricket, but then he joined a specific franchisee in IPL, and now Anbe Shivam is back. Yeah, so Shivam Dube, I think he had a great stint across the 3 games and man of the series. And now they are talking about should we pick Shivam Dube over Hardik Pandya, where there are talks.
I think if Hardik cannot be an all-rounder, though he is fit for and plays for Mumbai, I think Shivam Dube will get the nod over Hardik, because that's why he bowled a couple of overs in each game. So. And the batting has been super. Last 12 months or 18 months, his fond is mojo.
The sixers, right? The big shots. Some of the sixers, Samadhi, 90-95 meters are clearing really well. And I think there is something about the CSK plus Dhoni magic, right? About revival of careers and giving people some right kind of backing. And then they essentially sort of start doing really well, which is super impressive.
The core of CSK, Flem, Hasi, you have to give it to them. And he looks like 50% Yuvraj in the at the power. 50% only, but it's okay. And if Hardik is not fit now, he's the next paced all-rounder for India. So
correct. I think super impressive, and we have done this in the past with Ambati Rayudu, who was sort of going nowhere, and then the stint that he had with CSK brought him to the limelight again. Kudos to Shivam Dube for grabbing the chances. Then this the other guy that we always said, calm mind, knows his position, his role in the team, comes number 6. And it reminds me of number Padathoda dialogue, right? சின்ன கல்லு பெத்த லாபம், பெரிய கல்லு சின்ன லாபம்.
பெரிய கல்லு சின்ன லாபம், டைமண்ட் சின்ன கல்லு பெரிய லாபம்
சொல்ற மாதிரி மிஸ்டர் ரிங்கு சிங். So what are your thoughts on him?
I think the calmness and the composure as a finisher, and that in the third game he said, "No, don't worry, I'm there." Andamari, because we are 26-4 in the third
Oh
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think I want him to be in the 11 for the World Cup. We will see, because then we will have Chadeta or whatever. But I think he's a very, very good prospect. He's has buckets of runs in first class cricket. Was on the sidelines for KKR last few years. Into limelight last year. After the IPL last year, he's not looked back. And he will save you 10 or 12 runs in the field. Okay. And he's a bucket when you have to catch. So I think we should give him a chance as a finisher for the World Cup, or at least take him in the squad, because I don't see any other finisher before the IPL in India.
I think he'll be in the squad for sure, and I agree that சும்மா வெறும் தண்ணி கொடுக்கறதுக்கு மட்டும் ஆள் எடுத்துன்னு போறதுக்கு பதிலா we need to rotate people through some of the early games when we know for a fact that
for Tani we have Verma.
So நீ அவனை தண்ணி கொடுக்கறதுக்காக வர்மா எடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லியிருக்க. It's actually a big compliment for Verma from your end. But I do feel it's going to be hard with Kohli and Rohit playing in this World Cup. We'll talk about the squad anyway in the next thing, but just to touch on it, with so much of talent, and it's always going to be super hard with Sky being there. It's a given with the 2020 World Cup, and Rinku should play, and we should play horses for courses. So I really think, and he's impressed me quite a bit about his just frame of mind. And he didn't lose the aggression shape at 22-4. The way Rohit and him batted in the one day the 2020 was just amazing. Now, good segue to Mr. Rohit Sharma. Man, I am like, especially the third 2020 matchless century. 22-4 length addi, right? He took them all the way to 212. அதுக்கப்புறம் when I saw the super over, the first super over again, it looked like India is going to lose, and this guy comes in, he whacks it and then brings us close. We had a chance and then we goofed up by losing wickets. Seri gali. Second super over adhe madri, starting was slow, suddenly ivan adichan rendu adi, and then we had a chance to actually step up and get to a big number. We didn't. 11 was the target, and then these guys started. He throws the ball to Bishnoi, right? So, super great campaign for him as both a batsman as well as a captain. So, your thoughts on Mr. Vada Pav Rohit Sharma?
In the captaincy, what I liked about him, first super over to look right of the last ball, and he said, "I can't run through. I will retire hurt." Rinku, that mindset or thinking on the ground at that moment is phenomenal for a captain. Okay, because if I'm a captain in the outside the field and I ask you to come, it is different. So you get that conviction that you can't run to, but you're the captain and you retire hurt and get another guy. That was the best thing for me in this captaincy, that game above from Bishnot. But batting, first 2 games 0, and that recording is viral now, where he asked the umpire, "Innada batla potu pandathu, you give like boys, last 2 minutes is 0." So I mean, it is so humane that he thinks about the game so much.
Correct.
It is like school, okay?
Correct.
If you don't score in the third game, abrada, you can't get into the level at all. So and the calmness, 26 for 4 length. Last 5 years, 103.
Yep. Yeah. See, what I love is in the whole 50 over World Cup, அவன் தான் அடிச்சிருந்தான் ஸ்டார்டிங்லேருந்து. டேய் நான் அடிச்சா 1.5 அடி டன்னுடான்னு சொல்லி
ஓங்கி அடிச்சா 1.5 டன் வெயிட்ரா.
every game he had that frame of mind. He set up the tempo for India. He's sort of taking it forward, and that is giving that freedom to the players to essentially say that, you know what, we have Rohit who's going to give us this great start, and then we have the stabilizer where Kohli can sort of come in and do a few things. So hopefully what they could not do in the 50 over game, they'll probably India நடக்காத வந்து maybe they will achieve it in the US. So let's see. So that's good.
One more stat for Hitman is now the highest 6 hitter as a captain.
Oh, got it. And then 5 2020 hundreds is the only person to have that too.
Only person to have it. And I saw somewhere, you rightly said, one day World Cup, he was the enforcer. I thought it started again in the second ODI in the same template. But in the third ODI, I mean T20, because we were 20s for 4, he played time, but he took off.
Correct. Now, one person who you love so much, Tilak Verma, அவனை உட்கார வச்சுட்டாங்க. நம்ம ஜெயிலர்ல சொல்ற மாதிரி இன்சல்ட் பண்ணிட்டியே.
இன்சல்ட் பண்ற
அவனே இன்ஸ்டன்ட் பண்ணிட்டான். That's what it is. How many chances we will give? But one thing is interesting in that series, Rahul didn't play. Ishan Kishan didn't play. They played Chase and Samson. Who is going to be the wicket keeper for the World Cup? That is a good.
Now that you mentioned Ishan Kishan, I think they did some goodal with him. அவனை தேவையில்லாம they didn't treat him well is my sense. And he wants to take some time off from the game. I saw some articles. I don't know how much truth to it. Anna, if you look at what he did, right, the way he played, the double century that he scored in, I think ODIs, right? He scored a
double century in ODI, century in T20. All of them have done. So why will you keeping away?
So that part is not clear. As much as, I mean, it's hard that you have so much of talent. Anna, a few people who are doing well, you want to give them the confidence and back it. So I think something was not done right there. Anyway.
I mean, I like Jaiswal, but when Kishan has hit a double 100 and a one T20 100 also,
right.
Why are you not giving him the chance?
Correct.
So I don't know.
Anyway, now to talk about bowlers, what are your thoughts on Mukesh and then Bishnoi, who seem to have done well here?
I think Mukesh is coming on well. We saw it in South Africa, also in the test, and I think more games he will be very well. But what we missed in this series was a death bowling. Avesh Khan, sorry, Avesh Sharma, the teams is hating him. Avesh Sharma bottom order. So I think Avesh Khan is a waste. My opinion. And Bishnoi is actually பார்த்தேன்னா 5th or 6th pick only. Okay. Because Jadeja, Akshar, Kuldeep, all of them, Shaharale Kano. Okay.
Correct.
But the giving the chances, he proves, 60% or 70% of the time, or 2 in 3 matches. That's all you require.
Correct.
In T20, it's bowling machine.
Correct.
So adla vandu you go for 40 or 4 na very good bowling, okay, and super over.
Correct. Yep.
He
The pressure,
getting-
super over like clicking, and you got and a fastest leg spinner, right? You already need a right arm leg spinner. There is enough left armers now. with
fastest Google he said he is working on his leg spin because people are able to pick his googly or zooter or whatever as Warney called it. So he is working on it. But you are right because and Washi,
Sundar.
what a
Yep.
game! He had last game 200 they scored and he went to for 20 or 30 in 4 overs. So he'll also increase his pace.
Correct. And by the way, Ravi Bishnoy, if he needs any coaching tips, there is a coach who can teach leg spin. And then if he comes on our channel, why not? US lay solli kuduthiralam. Okay,
Now
so that
we
is
will-
good.
Yeah.
Talk about red
Yeah.
ball, right?
We will move
Oh.
to red ball now and talk about the Australian West Indies series, which has just begun quickly. We had a very good debut by Shamar Joesph for Indies, who picked up a fiver in his first innings and scored about 40 or 50
Yeah.
from 11.
So starting is suma take off mari adichirukkan paiyan, so which is amazing. So that's great. அதுக்கப்புறம் what about Mr. Open the Bottle மங்காத்தான்னு Mr. Steve Smith பெட் பண்ணி ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க ஓப்பனிங்.
I don't know why he maybe they wanted to bring Cameron Green, or maybe they have told him that's the only place. Opening not you are not in the 11.
Correct.
Because he's also 1 or 2 years more on the mark. So Shamar Joesph caught him in his first ball in international career. So he didn't perform well also, Smith. So I don't know what happened or
But
why
overall,
he
his test record is an amazing test record, Steve Smith. If you look at the number of
number 4.
Yeah, correct. What I'm saying is, the Australia mechanism is very simple. நீ யாரா வேணாரு பாஸ்ல, if you are not able to keep it up, then it's time. So hopefully he'll come back. He's a good player. So
and maybe he's gunning for the T20 World Cup and the Praise is opening. So I saw a couple of games where he opened in the BBL. I don't know why he is opening, but that's his call and Australia's call. Now we will go to
one thing about Hazelwood, one of your favorite bowlers.
he had the best figures ever for him in a test. 9-4. I think 5-4 in the second innings. But you have to see, man, Cummins and Hazelwood Partana, last 4 or 5 test matches in Australia combined, they have taken 20 wickets each. We were talking about Lion in the last episode. But Lion or Stark, they are pitching, but majorly Cummins and Edgewood are taking the wickets for Aussies.
That's good. அப்புறம் Khwaja பாட்டுல வர்ற மாதிரி பையன் was spreading blood. So what happened there?
He got hit. They needed 1 run to win. He got hit. He got hit in the jaw from the short ball, and he was spitting blood. So he retired it. We have no clue what happened to him. No news about him. Hope he's okay. And his best friend and partner retired in the last test. So I don't know what happened to him. But
Mom calls Warner as Shaitan.
His mom, Warner, what அந்த மாதிரி சரி. So we will go to the India England series now on the squad for the first two tests. This is the beginning of a 15 test match WTC cycle for us. Okay. Next 10 matches are going to be in India. Now 5, and then after the World Cup we will have 3 with the Kiwis and 2 with your team Bangladesh. And then later on in December we go to Australia for a 5 match series. So 15 test matches to for us to rake up points for the WTC. We have been in the final twice last 2 cycles and we have not won it, but we are number 2 in the table now, but England is calling or coming to us. So
No, but what is interesting is with Ashwin at 490 test wickets and 15 test matches where he'll get to play quite a bit of them. Hopefully he can rake up as many wickets as he can, because he's getting towards the end as well of his career, right?
if he gets 60 or 70 wickets, or I mean say 50 or 60 wickets in the 10 matches at home, and then he will get to 550, then touching distance to play.
Correct.
So we don't know what is in his mind. Maybe he will say 500 poro, and he's on 95 test matches. So if he plays all the test matches in this current series, then 100 test matches, 500 wickets. Poro, my YouTube channel is there. Adala pano maybe so we can't say, but
I think if he keeps his fitness and if we can just pull off another 2 to 3 years, and the COVID வந்து கொஞ்சம் slowed him down a little bit as well. இல்லாட்டி பையன் can essentially touch 650, 675. அதுக்கு மேல I don't know, getting to Vaughan or Murli is like going to be impossible, but
maybe 620 is enough, because
India's greatest bowler. So
Jertu is 25 wickets from 300 test wickets also. So we will see the squad now. Over to you, Roma.
Yeah, so I think Rohit as captain. It is interesting for me to just see that Bumrah was the vice captain here. And then
Kasamasa, both of them didn't get the captaincy for Mumbai.
Correct. அதுக்கு கான்சலேஷனா இங்க கொடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Then I think we have the middle order or the openers set of coming together all from 2, 3, 4. We have Gill, we have Jaiswal, we have Kohli, and we have Mr. Onion, the Iyer. Apart, interestingly, we have 3 keepers. So we have KL Rahul, we have KS Bharat, and then we have this Dhruv Jural. So Amandan, you were mentioning that is a 2020 sort of player, like in the punt kind of mode. We have that. Now, for the all-rounders, we have Aksar, Jadeja, and Ashwin, and then obviously we'll pick some out of it. Then to round out the spinners, we do have Kuldeep in the squad. Then it's the pacemen. Obviously, we have Bumrah that we mentioned. Then we have Siraj, we have Mukesh, and then your Avesam Konda, Avesh Khan.
So I think the first 2 test matches we will play Bumrah and Siraj. Okay, we will play 3 spinners. The toss-up will be Aksar or Kuldeep for the third.
Jadeja and Ashwin being a lock, yeah.
And then I think top order Rohit and Jaiswal opening. Gill won the 3-ton. I don't know why he chose to come 3-ton and it didn't.
One drop, you mean number 3?
Ama. No, sorry. Number. Why he chose to play that position from the South Africa tour, I don't know. But it will be a test for him. This 2 test, if he doesn't score, there are people knocking on the door. So he's I want to say badly out of form, but for his level or what we expect, Gill is out of form. பாவம் இந்த கொசு கடிச்சிட்டு டெங்கு வந்தது and his form went away. And Kohli 4, Iyer 5. And I think they will play Rahul or because Bharat is a better keeper on a spinning track, and he has proved it last 2 years. So, but they will, go with Rahul. I think Jodel konjam tani தூக்கு, but get the atmosphere in அந்த மாதிரி.
What is interesting is in the squad batting there is not a whole lot you more or less can predict இவ்வளவுதான் இருக்க போறாங்கங்கிறது, and I agree that they will probably play Rahul, right? And Rahul has done well, and இப்போதைக்கு they won't bring Bharat in. So it's going to be a pretty much settled batting order and the keeper as well. It's only the bowling where, like you said, they're probably going to pick 2 pacemen and then 3 spinners, or they may play at, I don't know whether it's a pace attack where we need Mukesh chance kadikumaanu therla. So
first game is Hyderabad.
So appo vandu definitely biryani is in. So
ama I think last time they play, he called entire team to his house. So maybe biryani is free in the stadium, we don't know. So I think that will be 11 for the first test at least. But what is interesting from the England team is we got up, when we were growing up, Tendulkar versus McGrath was the pinnacle. In the generation, Kohli versus Anderson. Maybe the last tour of Anderson is 40.
Right. Okay. Man, and he's got a great test record bowling.
And against Kohli, so he's got him out 7 or 8 times in last decade. So that is a fascinating tussle. And no, I don't know, or I have not followed any spinners they are coming with England, and will they play Baazball type cricket? That's the question also. Okay, because if you don't have spinners and you are playing Baazball, anything can happen, because they can hit 300 in the first day. Okay, then we are on the back foot. So it is a very, very interesting series to watch from Baazball. Top spinner which we know.
Correct. Good. Maybe we'll end with one Kasamusa that I saw. I saw that Shoaib Malik essentially disclosed that he's had his 3rd marriage. And then he put with some Pakistani actress or a photo for which Sania Mirza's family, or they put a saying what happened. But things happen, so personal life, it's okay.
But at least Sania is living in India now, or she is in Dubai?
I don't know. Maybe they were always living in Dubai. I don't know if they are.
Okay. All the best, Shoaib Malik, for your 3rd outing. So that's a wrap for this episode. We will do a special episode on our squad for the T20 World very quick before the IPL, so that we can say we got it right before after the IPL. So that's all for this episode. Take care, and we will see you soon. Bye.